Hello. Not even sure if it's a good idea to try to do video or not today. It's not been a good day. Probably because yesterday was actually a pretty good day. So I don't know. That's my best guess. Still not back doing sugar yet. Close, but not quite. So I'm actually glad that I haven't started sugar again yet, because otherwise I might have been like, well, wait, maybe this is because of sugar. But anyway, I want to talk today about some terms. So I use some different terms when I talk about tics and Tourette-Ish stuff. So I just thought I'd go over those, hopefully briefly. It's not going to be brief if I keep doing this. So first of all, 3 terms. Expression, suppression, and repression. Not really sure if that's the right word I want to use for the last one, but it kind of goes with the theme, so we'll go with it. Expression. The expression of tics. So when I'm home and it's like after the older kids have gone to bed, then I will let my tics come out however they want, for the most part. And that's basically expression, when you just let the tics come out and do their thing. Fuck. I don't know if there's much else to explain about that. It's hard to explain how it feels. A lot of people use a sneeze or an itch, or like you have to blink your eyes, or you have to scratch somewhere, and if you don't, then just like the feeling keeps building up and you have to let it out. So it's kind of like that. And that's the expression of whatever that tic was. It's been a long day. So there are a couple of other ones. Suppression is what a lot of people with tics do when we're out, like especially out in public. What? To an extent, we can control it. Like, I can sit here and like focus and not tic. If I really think about it and put my mind to it, I could not tic. But like the feeling, the pressure of having to do it keeps building up, and you get to the point where you can't hold it back anymore. So that's suppression. And then repression is kind of, I don't know if this happens very much to other people. I'd love to hear you guys tell me, is this something that happens for you? When I'm in certain social scenarios, it's not that I am even intentionally holding back tics, although I probably am also, but it's also that my tics are being repressed by the social situation. It's kind of hard to explain. It's so hard to explain. Why is it all so hard to explain? Fuck. So like, for example, on Christmas, we went to church in the morning, and then we were with my husband's family for pretty much the entire day. And I wasn't sitting there thinking, and focusing on don't tic. But I could still feel like the pressure kind of getting to me. So I did, go down and I had to let some of it out privately. And, once I was somewhere private, they all came out and it was pretty bad. But while I was up in the room with everybody, it wasn't so much that I was, like I said, I wasn't intentionally sitting there thinking, don't do this. But because of the social situation, my body wouldn't let them come out. I don't know if that makes sense at all. Great. Now the baby's awake. Just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So those are kind of the three categories. And then in suppression, there are kind of a couple different things that I do that I think a fair amount of people with tics also do. Why won't they leave me alone? Okay, so now I'm back with baby. So there are two main types of suppression that I will use other than just like trying not to, which doesn't really work very well. So they're masking and transferring. So masking is kind of where like I've got this hand thing. I might try to like do this so it looks like I'm just being extra flamboyant in all of my discussion so that you don't think I'm actually being a weirdo shaking my hand. So then transferring is something that I've figured out I can do to an extent where if I've got a tic that is like noticeable that I'm afraid is gonna like make people look at me funny, I actually have this one. I go like this, and I can do that for short periods of time. And I can hide that pretty easily and look pretty normal, and not have to worry so much about people giving me weird looks. Of course, it only works for a certain amount of time. So those are kind of the different terms that I use to try to describe things and the different tricks I use. When I have vocal stuff that I feel like is coming on, I try to hum a song, and that sometimes will help. Or if I can, I'll sing, but that's a little obvious. You like go through the store singing a song, which you can do. I've done, but humming is a little less noticeable and is a little more socially acceptable, I guess. So I think that's everything, and I'm pretty sure she needs mommy time. So that's it. Yeah. Nice chatting.